Hello friends, this is Liz with Crafty Devotion, and I just wanted to show you the projects I'm working on right now. What I've been getting a lot of inquiries about my rag hearts, and I haven't made one for a while, and I've learned so much, and I decided to try and make a couple more, and these ones are a lot larger than the ones I've ever made before. I don't know if I have a ruler here, but they're I started. Let me show you where I'm at so far. Right now, this is where I'm at. This is the pink one, and over on that side is the one that's going to be more, a little bit more vintage looking. And this is more pink vintage. And I wanted to utilize some of the techniques I've learned and some that I made up myself. And I wanted to make this wreath very full. And it will be going in my Etsy shop. But I thought if I showed you a little bit about what what I've come up with, that it might encourage you, because I do have tons of tutorials on these hearts. I've actually even made kits for some that some of you have taken, but you can go and you can expand it to do whatever you wish. And this particular one, I wanted it to be very full and to look like vintage shabby chic pink. And it's almost a peachy pink. I don't know. You guys can tell me what color you think it looks to you. But feel free to comment if you wish, and I'll try to answer them. I try to look at the comments as you're commenting and answer any questions that you have. But this is what I came up with. Isn't she gorgeous? Hi from Mexico. Elsa? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hablo español también. Here, as you can see, from Greece. I don't speak Greek. Oh, you've caught me first time live. All right. I've been doing a lot more live videos as we wait. I think we have about 6 or 7 people that are on right now. Oh, muchas gracias, Elsa. Siempre estoy, no sé, algo, siempre. Ahorita lo estoy haciendo porque en mi Etsy shop está agarrando mucha gente que quiere uno de mis corazones, y ahora decidí hacer unos, y estos se miran antiguos, o así, con uno de color rosa, el otro no está, ¿cómo se dice? Finished. Y ahorita es el tiempo que voy a hacer los últimos decisiones de lo que estoy haciendo. So right now, some of you didn't understand that, but I will. I have already kind of translated what I said earlier in Spanish, because I do have a lot of fans someone was from Greece, from France, from UK, from, I don't know, all kinds of places I have fans. And so this time, lately, I have not had time to really do a lot of tutorials, because if you haven't heard, I moved from Fresno, California, which is in the Central Valley of California, to Nampa, Idaho. And we're older. I'm older. I'm actually, I'm old. I'm past 55. And I actually started crafting after my oldest children were, they were teens, and I was almost getting close to the empty nest. And then we ended up adopting a 5-year-old, which you'll hear sometimes in the background. But I decided to come online before I finish this, because I thought you might want to see the final transition. And sometimes I like to give you design tips, like how do I come up with these designs? I like to make unique things, but yet the same, a rag heart is old. People have been making them forever. But I like to transition them and make them more myself. Oh gosh, no puedo decir tu nombre. Ireland. From Greece? Okay, she's from Greece. If you look on the comments, you'll see the people commenting, and you'll see that there are some people here that I don't know much about Greece, but I do speak Spanish a bit. So if you're from Spain, I do have some fans from Spain, from France, from various places. But anyways, here is my what it looks like right now. And it may get a little bit more trimmings. It's not finished. I'm still in the process. Now, sometimes, like if you see these pieces that I placed here, these are actually not completely attached. You can see it's just held on with the pin. What I did is I've been experimenting to I made a big giant flower, and I've shown you how to make this flower. It's called the puff flower. That's a technique I'm using for this one, and it's probably one of my first videos I showed you. And so the fabric I used in here, I usually take the fabrics. Crisia, hola, or hello. Anyway, and I take the fabrics I use in my project, and I turn them into flowers. So this one, it was kind of new. I kind of combined fabrics to make this one where it has like the lace coming through it. And then I decided maybe a couple of roses on the edge might work. And then I remembered I have this truly vintage piece in my shop. These are a vintage stamen bud pipberry. I researched that. Now I need to add pipberry to my description on Etsy, but right now I have them on a D-stash, and there's a large amount that I have for, I don't know how much I have them priced for, but these I haven't even formed this one. I opened it up, and this is one bunch, and it has about 10 little stems to it, which I do separate these. I don't keep them all depending on what project I'm doing. But right now, I think it will look gorgeous here. My only thing, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Crisia. Crisia. And so this one right here is in my shop, but since it's vintage and they're vintage new, I actually found them at a secondhand store, and the bags are dirty. So I take them out of the bags because they're so dirty. What I think I'm going to do with this, I think I'm going to use it in this project, but I think I'm going to wrap the stem with fabric just in case it like bleeds onto the fabric. And then I decided, in addition to that, I think I'm going to also spray paint it with a matte paint, because this is a matte look. Can you see how matte they are? So a matte clear coat on them. And to me, that will really help me to be able to use this with fabric and know that, say that somebody splashes water on it or anything like that, that it's not going to bleed onto the fabric. And the clear matte spray paint could basically keep the vintage look, but preserve it a little more so it doesn't bleed on it. And so this was the other flower I made. You can see this one is also part of the fabric. Here's one piece right here. These fabrics right here are true vintage fabrics. In my projects, I combine vintage pieces and new pieces all together, and to create the looks that I want. And here you'll see this is a vintage piece, and this is oh, thank you. Well, you need to realize that when I design, I have a lot of laces right now because I have an Etsy shop. If you want to order from Greece or Mexico, you can order from me because I ship international my my designs and my laces and supplies. So I'm thinking I might make a line of these flowers because I think that people might buy them. So I might do that. But this is a new lace, but look how vintage it looks. It looks vintage, and it's got like a peachy pink color. And I thought it went well with this. Over here, let me see, I was talking about what I used. So the base of this, I'm just teaching, I like to teach you things to do where you can actually create and design, but you don't have to spend so much money at the same time. But you can, I don't scrimp on like the front area. I don't scrimp on that part, but I do scrimp on some of the back. I'm not really scrimping. It's that I'm repurposing and reusing and recycling vintage. Lo que estoy usando son cosas que son ya antiguas que lo agarré de uno de las ventas y lo estoy usando. So this here is a piece of linen that I washed, and I'm going to steam this when I'm done also. And I use them in my project. And this is the base, mostly that. This here is a piece of a new vintage fabric. And I call it new vintage because if you ever go to secondhand stores and they sell new fabric, you know that it's older. And it's older styles. It's not a valuable. Sometimes I'll just get a fat quarter. So this is probably a fat quarter size that I got, but I used it. The same with this piece here. This is right here is linen. This is a newer fabric. I put this one in the, I have a pink lot that I have in my shop. I have 3 left. I think I've sold some of them, but I haven't given you a video, but I do have one photos in my Etsy shop. This is in the, I think this might be in some of them. I'm not sure, but I put a lot of different things. So here, let me move this. So I decided I wanted to keep, I decided on the pink one, not this one. And then here, this here is a doily. And this doily was round when I started with it. And I got the bright idea that maybe it would look really, I've already used doilies in the background of my pieces before, but this time I wanted to highlight the colors because I loved the little pink color that was in it. And it's like a peachy pink color, not quite rose. And I think it goes well. It's not the exact same colors, but you can see how you could add degrees of colors and it flows together. This piece, I chose it on purpose because it was more of a peach color to it. And so let me see what else I need. So what I did is I actually pinned it with pins, with straight pins on, shaped it the way I wanted it to look. And then I actually hand stitched it on. You can see some of the threads on there. I hand stitched it on and look how beautiful that looks. And that made me not really want to do much more. I don't want to cover it, but at the same time, I'm still considering some other things. And over here, I came and I don't think I have this in my shop right now anymore because I'm getting low on them, but I had these in my shop and this is how I'm going to use them. I'm going to put them like that, hanging on the tassel part. And in the tassels, I usually place everything that a lot of the things I've already placed on this wreath. So this is a piece of that lace, fabric lace. There's some pieces of the fabric in there. There's some, I used this fabric in the piece, which is just an old, this is a brand new piece, but it looks vintage. You'll see that I use all kinds of stuff, right? Okay, let me see. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, yes. So I want to pull back because I want you to see. When I was looking at this from afar, this pink one, I decided, thank you. My Etsy shop, everything you'll find me as Crafty Devotion. Crafty Devotion. Sometimes you can look, if you can't find it, if you just type in Google Crafty Devotion, my Etsy shop should come up. My Facebook will come up. My YouTube channel comes up. My Etsy shop is Crafty Devotion, and I think it still has Liz Benavides on it. Although I'm really thinking about making another shop where I sell, separating my crafts from my supplies. I might do that. I don't know. So here, so if you are interested in laces and pinks, I have a great lot right now. I mean, I overdid the lot. I'm telling you right now, it has more than I normally put on it, and it's under a pound. But so it'll ship for like under a pound, so you'll be able to get a good deal on it and not pay an arm and a leg for crafting. Okay, so here you'll see that I just placed inside I decided to put a tassel on it, and I like to put tassels on my heart wreaths. I do. It's just something I started and I keep on doing it over and over again. And right here I'm gonna talk you through some of the decisions I'm thinking about. Okay, so when I pulled back here, what I noticed was that if you can see oh, can you retype it, Krista? Because I can't see it. I don't know how to go back and look at it. Let me check. Maybe I can. Oh, wait, I can. Okay, my Etsy shop is Crafty Devotion. Thank you, Krista. The laces are okay. I'm able to see it. Oh gosh, thank you guys. And thank you, Krista, for all the nice comments. And Krista's from Greece. And let me finish telling you. What I want you to learn is that One of the things I do, and this is, I'm a novice. And in my novice, I, I think, I guess I have like artistic type things in me. I don't know. But what I saw when I looked back is that this beautiful heart doily that I managed to get on there beautifully is more peach than the rest. So I decided, well, how do I bring in some peach? What do I have that might do that? And I'll show you what I think might work. I have this beautiful, this lace. And in fact, I bought this as a samples and decided, oh, I'm not sure if I'll put it in my shop. Will people buy it? And usually, if I can find it again, then I might put it in my shop because I'm finding that I do like it. It's beautiful. It's a detailed piece. And if you can see, I'm going to put it up against the thing. You can see it's a lot more orange, a little bit more orange than that. Hi, Elizabeth. Another Elizabeth from Ireland. And so if you look here, you'll see that it goes better, but it's a little bit darker. Let me show you. It's a little bit darker, but it's really close. So this is what I'm going to do with it. I decided, okay, well, what if I bring it together by putting it into this is some of my final decisions I'm making. I think I'm going to add it here into the tassel, maybe underneath those beautiful pieces. But then I still thought it's a little bit dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it underneath maybe one of these beautiful laces that I have here. See the beautiful lace? And right underneath, and can you see it now? But you can still see that it brings that color out a little bit. It brings that cohesiveness. And that's what I'm doing. And excuse the messes over there. Those are my flowers over there. And so there's a lot of things I consider. Now, I'm going to still make some decisions on these flowers. I don't want to take away from the beauty, but there are some other ideas I have that I still might add to it. And I want you to come back, maybe go to my Facebook page, and I will post what my final decisions are. But I am thinking of putting something along this edge. Right here, but I don't want to take away from this beautiful lace. So what I do is I grab all kinds of things. This is one. This is really shiny pink, and I carry this one in my shop. And so I was thinking about that one, maybe. I don't know for sure. We'll see. It's sequin. It brings in more glitter and glam. But to me, it doesn't look that vintage, so maybe not. Then I have this gorgeous piece, and I actually have some of this in my Etsy shop too. And so, but I feel it's beautiful, and it matches, it looks vintage, and it adds a glitz. But it's too wide because I do not want to cover this up. And I don't want to cover too much of the fabric because I want the fabric to be also a part of the highlight. So I got this idea. And this piece might be, see if I can get it. It's here. This one I do have in my shop right now. And I'm thinking I might do this one. So you could come back later and see. Look how close I am. That's because I'm holding my camera. So I'm thinking maybe this one. So you guys tell me which one you guys like. That I think this one could do well because it's pretty thin and narrow. And it could highlight, but yet at the same time, just be beautiful. Gracias, Elsa. Elsa says she loves my work. Okay. So that's what this is looking like. I haven't made any final decisions. I'm working on it. I know for sure I don't want to cover the point on my heart that came out beautiful, but it took a lot of time for me to hand stitch it. So you'll see these in my shop, and this one is going to be for over $100 when I'm done with it. The same with the other one I'm working on, which I'll show you the transition of that one right now. I think I've been on here for a while, but that's okay. Those of you who want to watch will watch, and those who don't won't. But here's my next one. So isn't she nice and messy still? And I do like the messes. I like my projects messy, but I need to bring the cohesiveness of this piece together. Oh, one of my roses here. So I bring that sometimes with the flowers I add to it, or with the tassel, how I'm fixing up the tassel. And I actually fixed this tassel pretty close to the way I want it. And this tassel, I added some beads, and just some beautiful lace, see, on it. And I actually have some of the pink in here too that I used on the other project. And this is actually, these two are actually the same laces, except I dyed this one. Look, my nails are really a mess. And then this one is not dyed, so it looks like a light rosy color. Over here, you can see I put beautiful amounts of fabric in here, so I'm working on that. And up here, I'll form that. And look at the beautiful piece I put in it. Isn't that gorgeous? So you can see that I need to bring in this color. And this is a doily piece that I stretch to fit on there. But now I need to bring this color in more. I have it here in different places. You can see it here with the rosy color. I have this colors. These colors are in one of my last dress kit that I made, which I haven't made a new one for a while. So you can see I'm pulling it, and there's a little bit of the color in this. Is another linen piece. It's vintage, a vintage piece. And I mix up pre-used vintage with new vintage with brand new, all mixed in there. These are new laces. Here, this piece, I have this, I think I put some of this inside of the boho crafty law, or might be in the pink one, I'm not sure. I put a little bit of this in there because I do like the look of it for my tassels. I like the look of that. I'm going to work on making a flower. I think I'm going to probably make a rose or something, a couple of roses to add to this one. Adjust this because it's kind of sticking up high. Still have a little bit of work to do with it. Sometimes you have to go through and work on every layer, make sure it's sitting just the right way before you do a lot more work on this. So this is where I'm at right now. I like the messiness of it. So I may get rid of some of it, or I may not. I may, like the other one, I trimmed the top heart part a little bit smaller so the heart could come out in the shape. So I may do that. I may trim those a little more just so that they get the heart shape. Can you see this linen? How I took the color. Oh, excuse me. I took the color.
Mom?
Yeah, that's my son, Isaiah. See, I took the color
Mommy,
in here.
Can I go back outside?
Maybe later, honey. Let me finish recording.
Wait, Mom, I wanted to tell you something.
As long as it's nice. And so I'm going to bring some more elegance in it. I already brought the elegance.
Outside, I said to Cedric when he was out, do you want to play? And he said no.
Yeah, he's a teenager already, honey. So I put in beads, and then that's in the tassel. I think I'm going to use this piece right here. I was experimenting the same way. I have another piece that I might use that same lace. I was showing you, look how pretty that one looks. See, it's a different color and it looks gorgeous. So I thought about putting that around the edge here too. But I'm probably going to put a piece in the tassel. See? All right. So if you have any questions, you guys can, this will show and record again. You can, after I'm off, you're welcome to ask more questions or whatever. But you'll find that this is just slightly different. It's me different look, slightly different look, but the same thing. I'm just using different colors and different techniques about, it just comes together differently. So here's my mess. And the next time you see this, it should be finished. And that just gives you an idea of how I'm messy. And that you think this is messy. This is not messy compared to my craft room, because I end up I probably pulled out 20 pieces of fabric, different types of fabrics, before I decided what color scheme to use. And that's what I do. If I create a kit for you with something similar, I have to pull out many pieces. So these I will end up, I spend hours and hours and hours on them. So they'll end up on my Etsy shop for over $100. I'm looking at maybe, I don't know, probably close to. My other ones already sold, like my boho one I had, and all the other hearts I had. So that's why I decided to make more hearts, because they all sold and I still get people asking about them. So I'm going to go ahead and design a couple more, put them in my shop, and they may sell right away. They may not sell for a year, and that's okay with me, because I like the process of designing the items. And there you go, the mess. So you can see what it's going to look like later. This is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit into my craft room. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and you'll be able to share any photos that I might have inspired a craft on my Facebook group. My Facebook group is Crafty Devotion Boutique, and I may be changing that. I'm not sure. Gracias todos por venir conmigo. And I will talk to you guys next time.